on the mission with the 4Runner for the next couple of days. We're heading up to Washington, coming from SF Bay area to pick up an Arima and tow it back to the bay. The weather hasn't been cooperating for the last several weeks, and this trip has been delayed since. For the next couple of days, it's looking a lot better with the snow thawing and a little cooler, warmer temps. And I'm excited to put this rig on this mission to see how she does. I prepared for this trip. The engine is very sound. I ended up getting some new Wild Peaks 83s, and I did all the brakes, extreme, severe stop, power stop, rotors and pads. And bled the brakes. I did like almost 10 cycles to really make sure I get the right brake pedal feel, and I'm really happy how the brakes feel, how it turned out. It's a solid rig, and really psyched to put it through this test. It's going to be like a 900 mile one way one, and coming back, we'll see how she does on mountain passes, pulling. It's about a maybe closer to 3,000 pound tow back to the bay. Keep y'all updated. Here's another update. We stopped by to get food, and we chose Chipotle just because when you're on the road you tend to snack a lot, and I thought that Chipotle is the best option. So just an update on this trip. There's a few reasons why I'm so excited about this trip, and during the last several weeks of this trip being delayed due to the ice storms that was happening up north, I've been so eager to just get on this trip because, number one, we're gonna be picking up an Arima Sea Chaser 17-footer, and this is a dream boat of mine. It's not new. I'm buying it from someone way up in Wenatchee Lake, and it's gonna be a journey. It's gonna be an exciting time. Like, it's gonna be my first boat, and it's something I can use, take my family out on the water. And secondly, I really wanted to test this truck. Really wanted to test it on a long mission like this. One way is 900 miles. It's about a 13-hour drive, and it's gonna go up through pretty much going up north. So coming from the Bay Area, driving up north gains elevation, and so far we crossed the Oregon border. We passed a few mountain passes, which weren't that bad. We passed Siskiyou Pass. I don't exactly know how you say it. Siskiyou Pass. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. And my main concern was towing the boat back through mountain passes, because I've never towed with this truck before, and it's my first time towing long distance like this, specifically without trailer brakes. But supposedly this rig is capable on hauling that amount of weight, which will be around 3,000 pounds. Considering I've refreshed everything, this 4Runner does have a Tundra upgrade calipers, brake brakes and rotors. I've also adjusted the rear drum brakes and just the brake pedal feel and the way this truck stops. It bites pretty good, so I'm pretty confident with the mountain passes. So apart from that, I really wanted to really put this rig to the test on a long mission like this. 900 miles one way and then coming back another 900 miles while towing 3,000 pounds. And this truck does have 320,000 miles and it runs really, really nice. Yeah, those are the reasons why I really wanted to get on this trip. And just to see a couple states that I've never been to before. So sometimes I pull over to the rest stops and I thought that if I should just pull out this camera and record or vlog, but most of the time I don't even know what to talk about. But now I'm just sitting here, so I thought I'd give a quick vlog, and I'll actually make an effort in actually recording, trying to vlog this whole trip, because life's short, and I think just minimal effort will go a long way. We'll see where it takes us. I'll keep you guys updated again later. Peace. I'm currently monitoring this trip with an OBDX link. Currently I'm averaging about 7, so it says right there 18 miles per gallon. With the slight elevation change that took us about 1,500 altitude, as you can see, it's starting to drop just a tad bit. But so far this rig is doing really well, because it does have it is lifted and it does have 33-inch tires. Also some sliders and a roof rack. I also got my spare tire in the back, and so far averaging on flatlands, it was averaging around 18.5, 19. So doing really well. Check this out, it's my first time ever gassing up in Oregon. As soon as I pull up, this guy comes out and wants to fill up my tank. And so he even gave me a card, and he told me that there's free coffee and some pastries inside. He even cleaned my windshield, and he gave me a bottle of water. Everything is crazy. Quick update with the 4Runner. So I went up 4,000 in elevation, and I was on drive 2 the whole time with the open diff four-wheel drive with traction control off, vehicle control off, and the transmission temperature stayed cool. It stayed at a nice, decent numbers. We're starting to descend, and we're actually, so this is Steven's Pass summit, and we're descending, going towards Leavenworth, all the way down to Lake Wenatchee. And drive to with the all-wheel drive and this whole setting right here. The descent is pretty steep coming down from Stevens Pass summit, but the engine braking does a really good job with proper adjustment on the rear drum. I think they made a huge difference in giving a nice little, just a bit of drag, and I believe it helps going down long degrade hills like this. So right now we're 30 minutes from Lake Wenatchee. We're in the middle of Highway 2, and this is how it looks like during the winter time. I was told that they keep this whole highway well maintained, and today's forecast is mixed with snow and rain. At the summit, it wasn't snowing; it was sprinkling, just like right now. So hopefully the weather gets better than that, but I'll take it. We finally made it. We're approximately 3 miles away from the lake. So we arrived at the seller's place. Oh man, they were really buried in snow, and it's true what he said. It needed some work to get the boat out. Respect, thank you. There's the boat. So we finally picked up the boat. '87 Sea Chaser. Okay, I gotta get off this mountain before it starts snowing again. First time towing with this rig, and we had to do a quick mission. The right light wasn't working, and luckily we had a spare bulb. And so just making sure everything's proper. And let's get home. Let's get home safely. So we are headed back home. We're currently on back on Highway 2, heading back up towards Stevens Pass summit. Towing this boat now. It pulls great. I'm on starting to incline towards the summit. I'm on drive 2, 3,500 RPMs, 50 miles per hour with an open diff 4-wheel drive, traction control off, overdrive off, and these are the gauges. Transmission temps is staying nice and cool with that transmission cooler. The engine temps are at where they should be. Miles per gallon isn't bad at all. But we'll see within the next few hours or the next fill up. But man, we finally made it happen. Would love to come back here during non-winter season and launch this towards the lake, and hopefully hang out with the seller, because I want to have a beer with him. That's the next goal. Such a nice person, and let's try to make it home back safely. So another update. Still in the middle of Highway 2, going up towards Stevens Pass summit, and currently at 3,500 RPMs, going around 50 miles per hour with the four-wheel drive open diff, overdrive off, traction control off, Reason why I have the 4-wheel drive, even though I'm towing, is just because the snow is on the ground, and I just want maximum traction. This trailer does not currently have trailer brakes, so I'm trying to do this as safe as I can through this mountain pass. And the transmission temps are currently at 182. They're climbing up, but they should stay cool once we start declining. I'm still on drive 2 as well. Alright, keep you guys updated in a bit. We are now approaching 3,200 in altitude, and transmission temps at 186, engine temp 194. I'm still on drive 2. I took it off of the open diff 4-wheel drive just because it's a lot more steeper now, and I think it's manageable with the roads up here without the all-wheel drive system. I'm going around 50 miles per hour at a little past, a little under 4,000 RPMs, and the truck is pulling great. The transmission temps are going up, but considering how steep this is, and I'm pulling over 3,000 pounds, the transmission cooler is doing its job. Would love to come back here during July, August, as recommended by the seller of this boat. I do want to get to see the lake and the surroundings of this area just without snow. Regardless, it's still beautiful right now. Definitely wouldn't mind coming back up here. I love every single minute of the drive coming up here, and for sure gonna miss this place already. Heading up towards the summit now, still around 3,500, fluctuating between 35 and 4,000. Overdrive off on drive 2. And this is where the gauges are at. It's doing really well, considering I'm on drive 2 with overdrive off and pulling 3,000 pounds, a little over. The numbers are staying really well where they're supposed to be at, and as you can see, the throttle position, I'm not pedal to the metal. I'm only at 40%, going around 50 miles per hour, 55 in this type of weather, and it feels really solid. This is a 2001 4Runner SR5. Alright, we're climbing up to closer to 4,000 in elevation. Transmission temps just hit 201. Engine temps are staying around 190-ish. Throttle position, I'm closer to halfway with the pedal. Close to 4,000 RPM, 50 miles per hour, and it's still on drive 2. Still pulling really well. So we want to keep an eye on that transmission temp. I think the number to avoid is close to like 220 or something like that. And if that happens, then we need to back off and maybe rest the truck a little bit. But now this is Stevens Pass. We're at the summit, and we are now at 6% downgrade for the next 7 miles. Keep y'all updated. Let's do this safely. So we're descending Stevens Pass summit. This is the steepest part of it, and these are the gauges. We're on drive 2. Overdrive off. Still at 35, 100 RPM at 50 miles per hour, and it's holding the speed quite well. I didn't have to step on the brake just yet, except for this bend right here. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. But yeah, being on drive 2 with the overdrive off, it's holding the speed really well, between 45 miles per hour to 50 miles per hour, and we're coming down from 4,000 feet down the mountain. As you can see, that the transmission temps are going back down to their normal numbers. Even the engine temps is at its mint. Miles per gallon barely went down, considering all that pulling up that hill. 4Runner is working, man. 323,000 miles. It's pulling this 3,000 pound boat, Arima Sea Chaser 17 footer, down Stevens Pass Summit quite nicely. We are now at the bottom of Stevens Pass, at the lowest of the elevation in the area, and this 4Runner towing this 3,000 pound 17 foot Arima Sea Chaser. This rig did really well. All the temps stayed at a nice range, and there were no there were no times of I felt sketched out. I give that credit due to the new tires, and also confidence-inspiring new brakes and rotors, Tundra brake. We are now headed down to Portland, and we'll have our rest right there. And I'll see you when we get there. Just a quick little update. We're on our way to Portland. Got stuck in traffic for a little bit. Just a quick update on how the rig is doing. So we are on the freeway, and these are the gauges. The temps are within normal ranges. Overdrive off. Running at speed limit, 55 to 60 miles per hour, and she's running excellent. Once we get to Portland, we'll do some walk around, a little bit more detailed on the boat and how the rig is doing, and we'll get some rest after that. All right, check in a little bit later. What's going on? Another update, late night update. So I started driving this morning around 7 a.m. towards Lake Wenatchee from Seattle. And the whole process of doing the paperwork with the boat, and you know, getting toured around and getting acquainted with the boat. The seller was trying to get me acquainted with the boat. That took around an hour, a little over an hour, and started driving back down south on I-5, and we are now closer to the border of Oregon, California. Currently, we're about to hit Siskiyou Pass. Right now, it's already 1:04 a.m. and I've been driving since it's 7 in the morning. want to get through this pass because yesterday and today had the best window, and then most of the mountain pass that this route goes through will be either rain or snowed out. Right now I'm trying to get through Siskiyou Pass because it's forecasted to snow within the next hour, and I'll be approaching the pass in about 20 minutes. Once I get to the summit and towards the decline part, I'll find a rest stop and take a rest till morning. Reason why I'm really trying to get through this pass is because the trailer that I'm pulling doesn't have trailer brakes. Another quick update, we're climbing in elevation. We're at 2300 right now, going up Siskiyou Pass, and we're at the point of incline where I needed to shift down to drive 2. And we are at hovering around 3,500 RPMs, between 45 to 50 miles per hour, going up the incline. It's holding really nice at 3,500 going up the hill, just a little below 50 miles per hour on drive 2. (2,400 in altitude. I might need a new battery. My voltage keeps going down. Good old 4Runner doing some work, man. Proud of this rig for sure. (2001) 4Runner with 323,000 miles. I believe we reached the top of Siskiyou Pass. We're at the summit and we have all the warning signs. 7 miles of 6% downgrade ahead, long steep downgrade, and here we go. 4,300 in elevation. Transmission temp stayed around 215, 214, which is cool. And I felt like that was a that was a steep incline actually. Yeah, no, steeper than Stevens for sure. I was wrong. But we should, since we're going down now, we should see the numbers start declining from here on out. Everything will just cool off and maintain the brake. Let's get down this hill safely. So we're now descending Siskiyou Pass from the highest point, and we're on drive 2. Hovering around 3,500 RPM, holding at 50. I haven't had to step on the brakes just yet, even though like this is probably the steepest part of this summit. Overdrive is off, and the temperatures are going down. So transmission temp was at 215. It's slowly going back down to the normal range, 180 to 190, or even below that. Engine temperature is at 180, phenomenal. And yeah, just try to do this as safe as we can. Really happy that we didn't hit the weather forecast, rain and snow, so we get to pass this area without any stress, and we're just gonna enjoy the ride. Good morning. Quick update on this trip. We are 3 hours and 40 minutes away from home. We had to take a rest last night after passing Siskiyou Pass to avoid this type of weather up there, snow and rain combined. And got a few hours of sleep, bend now. We're hitting the road again. So far, it's this trip has gone through snow, rain, very windy quarters, and the rig and the boat holds very well. Show you guys the gauges. So we're back in California, hovering around 55. Temperature all-time low. Transmission temp, engine temp, normal range. Everything looks good. So far for the last hundreds of miles, I've been averaging around 15.2 miles per gallon. And that was going around 60 miles per hour. Okay, we are now passing by Shasta Lake. Almost 3 hours away from home. What's up, what's up? We are back in the Bay Area, man. That was a long drive, but enjoyed every single hour, every minute of it. We're, I think, 15 minutes away from the house. And 2001 4Runner SR5 with 324,000 miles, averaging at 14.6 miles per gallon. Went through like 6 mountain passes and had to use drive 2 extensively going up and overdrive off the whole time. It did really well without a hiccup, and this was a quick turnaround too. I didn't really get a break, you know. I would pull over to the rest stops and just you know, nap for an hour or less and hit the road. This truck went to work, man. Really proud of this truck. Really proud of this truck. So we're gonna call it right there. Hopefully you guys follow this this road trip with the 4Runner, because owning this 4Runner, I've done a lot of research, everything about it, from its capability of towing, and there's not a lot of videos out there of it towing at all, or any type of information in different scenarios. So I really wanted to make my own. We made it. We made it. Oh yeah, she's mine. Yes, she's mine.